Hello everybody, RetroCleric 324 here. Today, I'm just making a quick little video talking about how the Wario series is dead. It's been dead for years, and I think it's going to stay that way. It's not looking like it's going to make a return anytime soon, especially on Nintendo Switch 2, their next console. So, WarioWare kind of ruined the Wario series. It fills the slot of a Wario game, but it's not a Wario game. Okay, it's more like like a game made on like Scratch.io. Okay, like one of those like beginner game making tools. WarioWare is a cheap cash out. No one would buy it if Wario was not on the front of the cover, and you could tell Nintendo, they have a trend of whenever they don't have any games to release, they just like reskin WarioWare Gold and put it on the Switch, WarioWare Get Together, and then they'll like reskin WarioWare Shake It on the Wii, and then they made it Move It on the Switch, like just completely like reskinning shit and being lazy when there's so much else that they could do with Wario that's been done before that people love so much better, okay? Like Mario and Wario on the Super Nintendo. Wario's World, Wario's Woods, Wario Land, of course. Like, remake the Virtual Boy game, okay? Like, no one had access to that. Like, just remake it. Or put like Wario and Waluigi in like the same fucking game, like make it like a 2D platform. But no. Nintendo's lazy. Nintendo wants to take the easy way out with the Wario franchise, and clearly they're doing that, and it is not working for them. Okay, like you may think like a lot of the gaming YouTubers, of course, like Arlo and Phoenix Resale, they all prop up WarioWare to be like the best thing ever. Okay, like they're like, oh, WarioWare is one of the best games. It's so creative. All the characters are so humorous. Like, no, they're not. Like, what are you, fucking like like 7 years old? But I didn't even find WarioWare interesting, entertaining, or humorous when I was 7 years old. Okay, I always knew that it was just a hot sack shit. These man children behind their cameras, like Arlo and Phoenix Resale and Game Explained and everyone, they don't understand that. They still watch Nick Jr., they still watch PBS Kids, and they play WarioWare. And it's shocking that people are actually this immature. Grown men are this immature. Like, they're still consuming things made for children. And the Wario Land series, if anyone can remember it, if you're a true gamer like me and played it, like played all the Wario games, like Wario's Woods, NES, NES, Mario and Wario, as I have right up there, etc., like Wario World, everything, Wario Master of the Skies, you could tell that these games are so much more better than WarioWare. It's 10 times more of a Wario game than WarioWare, and they made like the shittiest fucking decision choosing to like I'd say like there's been 4 WarioWare games in the past 10 years, and there has not been one different Wario game. Like, really. And it all goes to show that pretty much the gaming media, they only like games that are easy, games that are kiddie, and they're too incompetent to kind of like play something that's actually like creative, actually challenging and difficult, like Wario Land was. It was a Metroidvania, so it was way too confusing for these Wario babies who just need to play WarioWare. Okay, like just it's really pathetic. And I, as the RetroCleric, am just telling you guys that this is really a problem, and Nintendo needs to stop taking the easy way out with some of their franchises, like the Mario Sports series, for example. And let's see, what else? Even 2D Mario, I think they took the easy way out. But that's a discussion for another day. But Wario is dead, and it's rather unfortunate because if you're a true Nintendo fan like myself, you know that Wario is like a staple Nintendo franchise on the Game Boy, on the Super Nintendo, on the GameCube, everything. Like, this is serious business, Nintendo. You cannot play around with one of your precious franchises like this. Like, no one in their right mind is going to buy WarioWare, okay? No one other than the people who are desperate to have games to play, because most of the games releasing are too difficult for them, like the RPGs and etc. They'll buy it. Like, little children will buy your WarioWare, okay, Nintendo? But the real gamers, your primary demographic, no, they're not going to buy WarioWare. So I'd recommend you start making a Wario Land game with Waluigi as a playable character, co-op. Wario Land or Wario World. If you wanted to bring back Wario's Woods, that would be great. I would really appreciate that, of course, but I don't know about everyone else, but I think eventually, like after a couple Wario Lands, Wario's Woods should come back, but WarioWare needs to go and go bye-bye, okay? WarioWare has been a smelly stain on Wario's underpants ever since the early 2000s, and Wario will never be the same if WarioWare persists, okay? So, WarioWare, you are canceled.